Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about why is it important to read the contract. I know it sounds obvious. A lot of people don't do it and they end up in the mess where they find themselves in a difficult position that they can't get out of because they didn't read the contract. I know it sounds fairly straightforward, but hear me out. Listen to this. They say, oh, we've got a new standard of the contract. Our legal team has drafted it. It's very similar to the last one. We'll send it to you. And it's so easy for you to go along with it and to accept whatever you see in front of you. A big mistake, which leads to, we didn't agree to that. There's a number of times when I've heard that in the negotiation context, where people say to me, well, we didn't agree to that. Who agreed this? Who read the contract? Etc., etc. Or from a technical point of view. Engineers come to me and say, well, this is the older spec, or whatever it may be, when you come onto legacy contracts, etc. As a business, you end up spending a lot more resources looking at the contract, speaking to legal teams, looking at email trails, looking at tender documentation, whatever it may be, to find what was agreed at the time, what was said about a certain thing at the time. And in some cases, it leads to arbitration, mediation, and then eventually lawsuits, all because somebody didn't read the contract at the right time. You might be thinking, okay, well, great. Well, I know that now. What do I do when I already signed the contract and I am locked into a bad deal? I'd suggest you seek legal advice first in order to fully understand your position, and your solicitor or lawyer can help you navigate through that particular process. You shouldn't take advice from a YouTube video that has no knowledge of your situation and your position. What that also does is gives you the cost of legal action. What happens if you want to sue the other company? What happens if you want to change your contract through legal means? How much does that cost? The key question there is it worth it doing that? Is it worth it pursuing this particular avenue in order to recoup some of the costs or change the contract? And sometimes it isn't. Another thing you can do, you can negotiate with the other party, because you know what? They are the key to your problem. As I remember speaking to one solicitor who told me, when I mediate for clients, they're your pain as well as your solution to your pain. So therefore, you should always talk to the other side in order to try and get a resolution. If you can't, that's when you start to go down the legal route. You should always understand what your legal position is before you engage with the other party. So the learning point here is really read the contract. Make sure it doesn't get to the stage where you're looking at the contract and not really seeing what's in front of you because you don't remember signing it, or it was switched out, or whatever it is. Make sure you read the contract that you're signing for your business. A quick story I can tell you. I was talking to a business liquidator that was telling me that he's gone into a business that is closing down, and he's asked them, why is it that you are in the position you're in today? Why is it you're closing down? They said, well, we signed the contract with a large national chain in the UK for clothing lines, and we didn't read the contract correctly, and there was a clause in there that told them that effectively, if they changed their mind, they could do within 30 days notice, effectively ordering a huge amount of stock and then changing their mind 2 months into the contract. And that business went out of business because they were gearing up for this large order, and they simply ran out of funds to keep going. And that's all because they didn't read the contract and didn't want to negotiate with the other side. What happens if we need some guarantees, etc., etc. So, learning point here is read the contract. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.